Hey, welcome back to the Good News Show, where we're bringing you wholesome stories to put a smile on your little faces out there. I'm joined, of course, by the ever-bubbly Matthew Phillips.
Great to be here, Chuck.
And we've got some very heartwarming stories. We'll just kick off one off-rip, because this is the biggest story at the moment. Twitch is having a moment of self-implosion, which means it's good news for every other platform that has streaming capabilities.
Not where I thought we were going with this, but that is somehow good news for other platforms.
Yeah, just not good news for Twitch.
Keep the positivity flowing. I'd like to apologize. Last week, I killed a story about some church organ pipes being stolen because it did not seem positive, and now Chuck is here to tell you why it is a positive story.
I thought it was a good story because even though they were the victim of some thieves, they remained in high spirits that they would get their organs returned safely if only they maintained good faith.
It's true.
And it turns out their faith was rewarded. The Lord blessed them with the safe return of their organ pipes.
Hallelujah.
Calvary Episcopal Church in Memphis loaded up Penske trucks with nearly 200 organ pipes to send them off to be restored, but the truck was stolen en route.
It's ridiculous.
But then a few days later, the police found the stolen truck, which had many of the pipes still in it.
Right, and did they find the rest of them?
They did, thanks to a Crime Stoppers tip, which led them to a van which had the rest.
That's really cool, and that was so well read for the first time we've gone through this story. Great work. Well, and I'm glad to hear they have the pipes back. I'd love to hear them play one day.
Just goes to show you the power of prayer and a good attitude.
Amen. So while I may have killed the organ story last week, we did give you the story about Dr. Deepsea. And great news, Dr. Deepsea's out of the sea. He's now just doctor. So he resurfaced after 93 days underwater, and there were shocking results that scientists have been uncovering. They took a look at his telomeres, which I'll let Chuck explain in a second, but basically they use it to age somebody or see how long left your cell has to live, and they are now 20% longer, which is a good thing. It means he's going to live longer, or some good health stuff. And then he also has 10 times more stem cells than when he went underwater back in March. So these are great findings that could mean cool things for the future of the human race going underwater. And I'll let Chuck explain telomeres.
Yep. Back underwater sounds cool. That's where we came from. Telomeres, what about those wacky things? Yep, you know, the telomeres, the pheromeres, the boromeres. I mean, what more can really be said?
Yeah, lots of. Are those actually real?
No, those are two Lord of the Rings characters.
Cool. Well, according to other people, telomeres are the DNA sequences at the end of chromosomes, which are commonly used to determine the remaining life of a cell. So it's good when they're longer, and his were 20% longer. And they say size doesn't matter.
It's those fools.
Yeah, ridiculous.
They've never been underwater for 100 days, basically.
Yeah. Well, welcome back to land, Dr. Deepsea. It's great to have you.
Welcome home, champion.
Wow, did I just get some of the best news of all time. If you go to moistglobal.com right now, you can get the brand new Moist Core 2.0 line. Go to moistglobal.com to get it now.
Yeah, that is some great news. A heartwarming story. This is the story of a rare albino panda being spotted for potentially the first and last time ever. An albino panda was spotted on a nature reserve in southwest China, and we have video footage of that little cutie pie coming out of the woods right now.
Oh.
That's adorable. It's like Paddington.
Wow.
Oh, they must be friends.
Yeah. Are we sure it's not just a polar bear?
Also, those videos are like 2.5 minutes. You can just like skip around a little if you want.
Yeah, where'd the albino one
Yeah,
go?
where is the albino?
Oh, he's in the trees.
He's camouflaged. Jesus.
Wow.
He's got cloaking tech.
Look at it. He's actually adorable.
I mean, all those bears are really cute. I'd be one of those fucking idiots that'd get mauled by a bear because I go to like pet it.
I don't think you would. I don't think you
No,
would.
I actually find them adorable. But you're right, I probably wouldn't pet it.
I was going to say, there's certain things you won't do that baffle me. I don't think you'd walk up to a bear.
That depends. If it's like a small enough bear where
Yeah.
I'd feel comfortable, but even they can like rip your arm off.
Let me wash my hands first. All right, this is adorable.
Yeah, it's a very cute bear. We're glad to see that he exists.
And we're glad that it's not going to be the last time we see him.
But it is, in the notes, it does say that this is the only one of its kind. So it
Yeah.
really could be the last time you ever see him. But it won't, hopefully won't be.
Hopefully not. That would be good news. So last episode, we covered a cool medical discovery with the brain-spine bridge digital connection. And this week, we have an update on some research that's being done in Israel on cancer treatment. At Hadassah University Medical Center in Jerusalem, they had an unprecedented achievement in the treatment of multiple myeloma. It is the second most common hematological disease, and it accounts for 10% of all blood cancers. So it's a treatment that's based on something called CAR-T, which is chimeric antigen receptor T cell therapy, which in essence, it boosts your own immune system to destroy the cancer cells. So they had 74 patients that they tested this on with a 90% success rate, which is incredible and, as I said, unprecedented. And they 90% went into complete remission. It's still experimental due to the complexity, but it's hopeful and awesome news.
That is incredible stuff. The medical advancements we're making are nothing shy of amazing.
I agree.
Solar power is the fastest growing form of renewable energy, and there's still a lot of obstacles to overcome, but they're constantly working towards making it a more viable energy method. And one of the things that kind of inhibits the mass adoption of solar power energy is the intermittency. So when the sun's not out, the inability to collect the solar energy and turn it into power. So they've been working on ways of solving this problem, and one of the ways that they've come up with is using satellites to orbit Earth to collect solar power 24 hours a day from space. So that way, when the sun's not out here, we can still get it from space. And they've recently had a breakthrough at the Space Solar Power Project at Caltech. They've completed the first successful wireless power transfer using microwaves in low orbit, which effectively proves the concept can work, which is taking the solar power from space elsewhere in the cosmos.
This was the most baffling story to me here, because my little pea brain can't wrap around the fact that we're collecting energy in space and shooting it back to Earth. I know it says we used, well, not we, I didn't do shit, that they used microwaves to send it back, but I don't get it. I can't fathom it.
Yeah, it's always very impressive stuff. I like that kind of futuristic technology thing. It just sucks solar power has such like a bad rep because there's all those scam callers that talk about like coming over and installing solar panels on your house all the time.
I get like 3 days, and there's Elon Musk who's doing solar. I don't think there's anything wrong with him. With his solar.
Yeah, I was just talking about like the scam callers.
Hey, I mean Tesla does solar panels.
Yeah,
don't they?
I don't think solar panels are a scam. It's they just keep calling and it's shady. It's just like, leave me alone, collect it from space.
They come to my door at least twice a week, 2 to 3 times a week. Scary stuff.
In other great news, a special little butterfly had a chicken come back to roost recently. Matthew Phillips had one of his beloved cats unfortunately go missing for the last 20 days, but Bubby came home.
She did. So yeah, she went missing. She's done it before for 3 or 4 days at a time. She's indoor, outdoor, and we thought she was gone. She left May 18th, and we haven't seen her since. And then, 2 days ago, she showed up on our porch, had some injuries. She was skinny, but she's good to go. So here's a cute little picture of Bubby for you.
I would say don't let her out of your sight again, ever.
All right.
She can't be trusted anymore.
She's out of my sight currently.
Get a nanny cam to stay,
I need to go now.
to stay vigilant.
So yeah, thanks for coming home, Bubby. So some other news that hits close to home is our esports player for Smash Melee, Zayn, won
one of our esports players.
One of our many beautiful, wonderful esports players, Zayn, won the recent major, Tipped Off. And even though you might think it's hard to trump that, he did something even cooler this past week. Tell him about it.
So some of the boys came down from the Moist Esports squad, and we went to a little bar arcade thing. And Zayn was challenged by returning air hockey champion Jeff, a local Tampa legend.
Jeff is crazy.
Yeah, and Zayn not only stood his ground and went toe-to-toe with Jeff, but beat Jeff. And we have a little bit of footage from the event as well as a police sketch of what Jeff looked like. Here you can really see Zayn demonstrating impeccable technique against one of air hockey's most fearsome gladiators, Jeff. He's been terrorizing the tables for years until he met Zayn, the raid boss of air hockey. And here's a artist's rendition of Jeff, in case you couldn't see him that well. So congratulations again to Zayn for the triumphant victory.
Yeah, great job, Zayn. So, in just a couple short episodes, we've had so many important birthdays on this show. Myself, Mike Myers, Roman Reigns, all the good ones. But we got a special one this week. It's Peyton. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
That's some good news.
That's,
she turning? Do you want to say that?
what is it, like 43? Peyton turned 43. Great news.
Now, your standard stereotypical news broadcast is usually giving you last week's Powerball numbers so you know what the winners are, but those broadcasts are run by evil reptilians, and we don't want to play by their rules.
Well, and what good does that do us? It's already done.
It's already over. So we're going to give you next week Powerball numbers, so that way you can win a lot of money.
Yeah.
So next week's Powerball numbers, the winners are 7, 14, 23, 29, 46, and the Powerball number 13.
Wow.
So enjoy your millions upon millions of dollars, and don't forget who sent you. The Good News Boys.
Yeah, good work.